Hello everybody! We are here in Dublin. I am with the wonderful Hazel from Virtually Irish and we're doing a very special tour today. What number bus are we taking?
We're taking the 46A.
46A from Phoenix Park to...
We're going to stop off in Dublin City. It is the nicest bus in Dublin. So it is the one that is most famous, so it appears in various different songs and literature. So it's a lovely bus route from the beautiful Phoenix Park, and we go right through the Dublin city centre.
Lovely autumn colours in Phoenix Park. We are here in, I imagine, what is Dublin's largest park?
Yeah, it's huge. It's over 700 hectares, so you're talking over 1,700 acres, so it's huge. And it's one of Europe's largest enclosed parks, urban parks. So it's beautiful. I just love the colours of this time of year. It's just
colours,
amazing.
and you've got this beautiful lake, and what's lovely about it is the different levels. It's by no means flat. There's a lot of hills in it, right?
Yeah, and it's really popular with the likes of park runs and things like that. Loads of and you can cross through like from one part of the city to the other as well. So it's
through Phoenix Park.
Yeah.
The light is just beautiful. We're in that lovely twilight zone where we will see the light change tonight, I'm sure, as the sun sets over Dublin.
Yes, and hopefully we get to see now beautiful sunset. So you can see over there in the distance, so the largest obelisk in Europe, so it's 205 metres high. Can you remember why it was built?
It was built for the Iron Duke, who is the Duke of Wellington. And by the way, fun fact about the Duke of Wellington, he is the most statued man in England.
Beautiful wildlife here as well.
Oh yeah.
It was a deer park originally. It was created for King Charles II, actually, back in 1662. And we still have deer here, and they have to do a cull, which is really sad every year because there's so many of them. Our zoo was here, Dublin Zoo.
Oh, yeah.
So it was that was built in 1831.
Wow.
So it's I think the fourth oldest zoo in Europe.
The fourth oldest zoo in Europe.
And we had one of our first celebrity animals, I guess. Was do you remember the MGM movies?
You're not talking about the lion.
Leo the lion was born here.
These are some lovely wrought iron gates. I love these. These look about around the 1800s. Lovely Victorian gates for Phoenix Park. Headed towards our bus stop, but we've seen a heron. Look, let's just stop. I'm going to zoom in on him. So you were talking about lovely wildlife. Don't often see herons by water fishing, but look, this one's just on the corner of the park there, grooming himself.
Just watching the world.
Just watching the world. Probably just watching the bus.
Yeah.
Probably because it's such a handsome route and a handsome vehicle, as you're about to see. And tell me, how much does it cost to take this bus, or any bus in Dublin?
Yeah, so if you go the full route and you're paying cash, it's €3.30. But if you have your Leap card, which is like an Oyster card, it's only €2.50. Now that's for the full route.
For the full route.
So again, there's small, depending on how far you go, your fare will be dependent on kind of zones.
And what's the bus? Is it all operated by one bus company here?
Not anymore. It was. So we have Dublin Bus was the main, and then they have taken on. There's a new, I think it's a UK company, but they operate in England as well. I was only saying to Charlie, I haven't been on a bus in over 2 years, so I forgot how to bus.
And this must be like going on a ride at Alton Towers.
It is. Yeah. The excitement.
Oh, I know. Yeah. There's some lovely doors here around here.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And lovely. The houses along here are beautiful. It's very, very nice area, but it's one of the older areas of Dublin. in Dublin.
And what area, what would you give the name for this area? Does it have a name?
Yeah, so we're up around Dublin 8, around Stony Batter, all of that area is around Phoenix Park.
Stony Batter. And you say
Dublin
8, Dublin
Yes,
8. So
Dublin 8.
this is the way that you organise the city, numbered, is it?
Yes, so you would have odd and even numbers. So the north side are odd numbers and the south side are even numbers.
Gotcha.
I used to live along here. Oh, yeah, up back that way.
Do you know what the population of Dublin is?
It's about 1 million.
Okay.
Yeah, altogether. And then Ireland, we've just reached, I think, 5 million in our population again.
Ah, congratulations.
So yeah, it was in decline for years, and we started to increase again. So this is Phibsborough. This is a lovely area here as well, and it's become very trendy. It's become, you know, they've kind of, I suppose, gentrified it. But it's
Phibsborough, you say?
yeah. So it's one of the, it's slightly cheap. It's cheaper than staying in the city centre.
Gotcha.
So up in this area as well, you have cathedrals. We have 2 cathedrals, and we have the famous up around roughly in this area as well. We have quite a few distilleries and breweries. So you have Guinnesses, and you have Jameson, and you have various different Teeling. So various different breweries and distilleries. So it'll be quite famous for that area. So we're heading down more towards Dublin City. We're going to be passing by, this is a lovely kind of part as well. There's the Garden of Remembrance. So again, for kind of fallen soldiers and things like that.
And that's just on the right there, is it?
Yeah, but I don't know how well we'll be able to see into it, but it's a beautiful park as well. Lovely sculptures and a cross shape pond in it, or water feature in it. It's beautiful.
Oh, wonderful. In a cross shape. Is that like a Christian symbol?
Yeah.
What's your favourite thing about Dublin?
See, I don't live in Dublin city centre itself.
Yeah.
So I love the hustle and bustle. I know Temple Bar has a bit of a name for being kind of lively, and you know, you get hen and stags and things like that, but I love the whole artist culture. So we're going up O'Connell Street, and you can see there's lots of different monuments all the way up. We've Daniel O'Connell up there, the Liberator.
Which one is he? The
So he's the very end
very end one, the dark one.
Yeah. So he fought for Catholic emancipation.
Ah,
So he was a big campaigner for reform for the penal laws, which again, there was all these laws that Catholics basically didn't have the same rights as Protestants.
Wow.
You know, there's a lot more to it, but it's a fantastic statue.
Fantastic, very dominating.
Yeah.
And here we come off across the Liffey.
We're crossing the Liffey.
Love it. This is probably quite a famous view on postcards and the like. The bridges across the Liffey here in central Dublin.
Yeah. But we're going to be passing one of the oldest, or one of the ancient colleges, Trinity College. So we've had lots of famous people through the doors of Trinity College, and it's beautiful. If you get a chance to walk around the grounds,
Right.
especially this time of year, it's really, really beautiful. But there's loads of different buildings and loads of different kind of departments. There's some beautiful old buildings, you know, in Dublin. And there's lots of different styles. You see loads of different styles. But they were our old Parliament buildings.
And now
over
part
to
of
the right.
the university.
Well, no, that one there was a bank for a long time, and now it's used for entertainment, for kind of an entertainment venue. But on the left here, we have Trinity College coming up.
Beautiful.
So this is Trinity.
And this is the most famous.
Yeah, university in.
Quite prestigious as well.
Yeah.
Who did you say went there?
I think Oscar Wilde. Again, we had
Oscar
lots of
Wilde,
different, you know, a lot of famous people went there. So this is College Green that we're on.
College Green.
And you see that building, there's the Whiskey Museum is there.
Yeah.
That's great if you're into your whiskey. It's a great little museum. There is loads of statues. That's one thing in Ireland. You'll see scars from our past and plaques and monuments all over the city, all over the country. Starting to get dark a little bit.
Nice. I'm
Yeah.
starting to feel the nighttime vibes. You say this is the kind of touristy bit, or at least the kind of most popular part?
Part of it, yeah.
Part of it.
So into our right there is Trinity College. So all
Yeah.
along here it's huge.
Yeah.
So the grounds of it are huge. So a lot of people would come to see the Book of Kells.
Ah, very good.
It's housed there. So again, an ancient manuscript. So we might get some interaction as we go. So we're going onto one of the busier streets. This is nice and quiet at the moment. But we will go up to Grafton Street and we might see a busker. So Grafton Street is famous for discovering talent, discovering musicians.
Ah.
Do you know what? Especially at Christmas, there's a big event happens every year.
Yeah.
And you've got Bono and you've got Hosier and you've got all these names that are involved in it. It's Busk on Grafton Street for a homeless charity.
Very good.
So they didn't do it last year because of COVID, but they did it in a studio. But you can't get up this street. I think it's Christmas Eve it usually happens. And it's just crazy, all these celebrities right there.
Bono, right here.
Yeah.
What's very interesting about buskers these days is you have this, what would you call it, hybrid. So what she'll be doing is she'll be singing live now, but she'll obviously probably be live streaming it, a bit like we are on TikTok or Instagram Live. I watch quite a lot of these. It's interesting that sort of keeping them alive so they get tips in real time, but also like us,
Buy me coffee,
in their Buy Me a Coffee bio.
Very good. In lockdown, it was so quiet here. It was so weird, you know, because this is typical. You walk along and you hear there could be 3 or 4 different buskers as you hit different parts of Grafton Street.
It's so uplifting having all these people around and the music.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a lovely atmosphere.
It's
it really
lovely.
is. And there's lots of different places now that have adapted to eating outside, and they've pedestrianised some streets. So you know you can kind of sit and have something to eat, and it's lovely. Real holiday feel.
Now Brown Thomas is like your kind of like your Harrods, is it not?
Yeah.
Very posh, very expensive department store.
My son used to work in there. Now in the storehouse, but
Did he get a good discount?
he never used it, and he never,
Not even for presents for you?
No.
Unbelievable.
I know. But it's a lovely street. And you would find a lot of tourists will come here. It's one of the must-see places.
So it's Sunday, but some of the shops are still open. In London, you're only allowed to be open, or in England, trading hours on Sundays are only 6 hours.
Really?
Yeah, I think that might be different over here.
Yeah, obviously it is. But this is a very famous little place, Yuli's. So in front of us there, and there's a little theatre upstairs.
And what's it famous for?
Again, it would be a big meeting place, and where a lot of kind of writers and poets would have written all, done some of their work and hung out and,
We can go on together with a special time. We can build a dream with a special. Oh, let our love survive. Oh, dry the tear from your eyes. Just let a good thing die.
one of the famous pub, Bruxelles, depending which way you pronounce it. It's just here to the right with the statue of Phil Lynott. So he would have been obviously, his mum was Irish, wasn't it? Was he born in England? I think he was. But he lived in...
Little by, I feel the ice is slowly melting.
It's nice to see how young they are.
I know. And we're heading towards Stephen's Green, so the park is there in front of us. You'll see Fusilier's Arch. Now, you probably won't see it in the dark, but there's all bullet holes, and then there's names of all fallen soldiers. And
you can fight for it all your life. You can struggle to make things right. It's how a superhero learns to fly.
Nice how pedestrianised it is.
Isn't it
God,
lovely?
yeah.
You're not having to look over your shoulder, afraid of getting knocked down.
And what's the nightlife like in Dublin? Is it?
So again, there's lots of nightclubs, lots of different types of music. It will be, you know, quite vibrant when it's open. Lots of live gigs and things like that. So,
And amazing for, you know, a population of relatively small population, the amount of famous musicians to come out of this
Yeah.
country.
it is. It's a very musical country.
Very musical.
So Luke Kelly is just up ahead of us. So we'll finish.
Let's
up
finish
there.
with him,
Yeah.
shall we?
So of course Luke Kelly was one of our famous musicians as well. So
And we
he's a
have-
Dubliner and the Dubliners.
This is a 2019 sculpture by John Coll. You can see he's mid string pluck here.
He is.
Whether you'd taken that bus before or if it was a new time to you, we really, really hope you enjoyed it. And I've really enjoyed it. I mean, I can't tell you how nice it is to sort of get out of my common environment in London. As you know, I love London, but just being somewhere new and having that little change of scene has been wonderful. It's reaffirmed to me that taking a bus in any city you go to is the best way to see it.
Yeah.
And yeah, having a virtual guide, an Irish virtual guide by my side has just been a pleasure. I have got a little gift for you, Hazel.
I've got one for you.
It's in a totally tailored bag.
Oh no,
A little
I'm
bit
not
of
that
branding
organised.
and have a little open of that.
Fantastic. And I have something, but unfortunately
Oh my
the Dublin
goodness.
Post system, the box got battered. So
Oh,
I'm sorry.
look at that. I am a proud owner of a green bus now for Ireland. Look at that. And is that the phrase that you taught me there?
Cade me la Fulcha, yes.
Que mille fortune.
Yeah,
A million,
so,
well,
100,000 welcomes.
100,000 welcomes, and it's a route master, and you've got a Lego there one from London.
Excellent.
That says 211B, which is quite confusing because if it was 221B, it would be the Sherlock Holmes address of Baker Street.
Oh.
I'm not sure quite what they're going for there. It's not an actual route, but it is made of Lego, and it is a route master. So look at that.
Fantastic.
What a symbol of unity between the English and the Irish people.
Yes.
How
absolutely.
fantastic. Who said we didn't get along?
I know.
Yeah, just all that's left to say is thanks for riding with us, thanks for supporting Live from a Bus, and hopefully see you next week. Bye from me.
Bye. Thanks for coming with us.